Alright, that ain't hip hop album review, doing Ghostface Killah 12 Reasons to Die. So when I first put this on, I was like, okay, where's Ghost going with this? Because obviously you can't tell that it's a complete story right at the beginning. You have to get into it almost damn near midway, and it's like, oh, okay, it's damn near a movie. But once I got through it, I was like, yo, this is exactly why Ghostface is my favorite Wu-Tang Clan member. I don't think that I have to, go into how dope of a lyricist he is or how good his flows are. The production on it was amazing. And it definitely, at the beginning, I couldn't tell where he was going because it's really a story and every song fits in. And I love it, man. It's really like a movie. I think I haven't heard a project so cohesive and so vivid since Kendrick. And it's on point. I love the story of the Lucases, the chick that set him up and everything.
The center of attraction.
The center of attraction. And it's an on point album. It's really an on point album. Again, like I said, I don't have to go and break down Ghostface lyrics. Like, this nigga has a fucking 20-year career built on it. You can't last that long in the game if you can't rap. And at the end of the day, I thought it was an amazing project, beginning to end.
430 was good. I just dropped the beats, you know what I'm saying? He just 430.
And of course, y'all was Mike taking his head like 430. Yeah, man, I thought this was, a really, really good project by Ghost. This is good to have him back. Of course, Ghost has always been, a great storyteller, Ally, Impossible, versus that. Even comical storytelling like Wildflower. He's always been a good storyteller. So for him to put this like Quentin Tarantino type of style movie together, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was really good. I think, to piggyback off what you said, this is a more vivid project you heard. I think I would put this as far as vivid. Each track he gave me a vivid scene since Prince Paul, Prince Among Thieves. I thought as far as story-wise and how he just painted a picture with every song, I thought was really good. I think my favorite standout tracks is, of course, and I guess because it was the climax of the story, was the rise of the Ghostface when he came back, immortal and everything. I thought that was dope, and I thought Murder Spree was dope. Murder Spree? Yeah, but I think, okay, I don't want to, Adrian Younge did a great job with the live instrumentation. I'm a fan of that. When I first heard the Apollo Brown snippets, I was like, holy shit, I want to hear the fucking Apollo Brown version first. I was discrediting Adrian Younge at first, but when I heard the original project, I was like, damn, this shit was just as good, if not better than the Apollo Brown, because he set the mood. He set the mood so well. RZA did good with his, narrative and everything. I wish he would have had more Wu members on here, I think. Or at least, like, some different Wu members playing different roles, characters in the like, playing the villain side or something like that. I wish he could have just incorporated some more of the Wu members in there. But overall, I love this project. I thought it was real good. It was, Ghost was Ghost, man. It was, Ghost was Ghost. He was doing him, man. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that Murder Spree, I think one of the MCs kind of threw me off because, everybody was coming on there talking about fuck up somebody this. And I don't know which MC it was, but he came in and I think it was either the second or third verse, and I'm like, you kind of seemed like he got off the subject of the song. I don't know. I can't remember which one. I wish I could remember who it was, but I think it was the second or the third verse. But I think for me, Adrian Younge is kind of the star of this project because of the way because you kind of know what Ghostface, is going to do with this album, what he can do, because as people pointed out, his past history. But Adrian Younge, the way he was able to score this album with Ghostface is commendable, and how throughout the whole album, you know, he was able to actually keep the theme of the album, you know, together and tightly woven together. So you don't really lose track of what this whole project is, which is like people said, it is a movie. It's like it's movie theater on wax, and that's what you get when you're listening to this. But without Adrian Younge's, you know, production on this project, you know, you could kind of lose. It becomes more of a song instead of a movie, you know. And the way he was able to keep the whole theme interspersed together by keeping like certain themes, like when he go from Center of Attraction, real quick, is where you kind of hear what Adrian Younge is doing, because it kind of moves to a second part of the whole movie where he meets the chick. You know, he gets with the chick, and then this boy coming on, he's like, nah, bro, that's not the one. You being set up. And, you know, right.
Why was he so emotional?
I know he was like,
Ghostface is the nigga on top.
Like, I'm just saying he was just so emotional. Yo, man, you sleepy eyed, man.
You don't get like that when one of your boys is fucking around with a dirty chick?
I probably would, but I won't be talking like, yo, mate.
Niggas
It's Capadonna. I mean, I would probably say it a different way, but it was just so funny here, you know, hearing Capadonna be like, yo, man, that bitch so man. It was cool. I thought it was cool. See, I
like when he said that chick ain't peanut butter, she a nut cake.
But yeah, but when that track started, it was almost like an instrumental in the beginning. Every time you could almost tell, like when it switches to another part of the movie, he leads in with the instrumental. So I thought that was good. I think one of my favorite tracks on the album is Catastrophe, because I like the way Adrian Younge built that song, and he had like a climax like right in the middle of the song, and then he kind of broke it all the way back down. So, and then of course it went to the end of the actual thing, but they didn't have to do my man Ghostface like that.
What do you mean?
They didn't have to turn him into 12 records, man. That shit was foul as fuck.
You know, that's the one part of the story I was like, okay.
That was so fucked up.
But at least, but I get it because he lives on forever now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm good.
Unless somebody breaks the record. Or they scratch that shit. Let Primo get a hold of it. Get Jazzy Jeff on it, man. What you gonna do with the record now? He gonna come back and be all fucked up. Yeah, I like this project. I didn't know any background on it before it dropped, and even after it dropped, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know who the fuck Adrian Younge was. I thought it was a chick. So I figured that it was going to be a chick singing throughout the album. And when I listened to it, I was like, oh, this sounds kind of cool. And I went and looked it up. And what made this so interesting to me was that they said they were basing it off of Dario Argento horror movies, which is like, that's one of my favorite horror movie directors. Did Suspiria, Tenebrae, he did Opera. And then when I read the story, I was like, that's why it's so corny. Because that's the kind of shit that like Italian horror movies do. They're never like logical, basic horror movies. They're always like, there's something stupid and weird going on. Like there's witches in a dance studio. Something that doesn't make any fucking sense.
I thought he's based this off a comic book though.
Yeah, there's another comic book. There's a comic book too, but I thought the comic book was supposed to be based off of Italian horror as well. Am I wrong?
I'm not sure. I've did very little research.
I could be wrong on that. I thought the whole idea itself was based on Italian horror, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I know that the score was definitely based on the music that accompanies those Dario Argento films. As far as Ghostface, you know, it was standard Ghost as far as flow and sound, but I gotta be honest, I didn't get as many hot lines as I'm used to from Ghostface. And I don't know if that's because he was restricted by having to stick to a story. So the fact that he sounded so good over this Adrian Younge production, I almost wish it wasn't a concept album. Because I would like to hear Ghost just doing straight Ghost, just going the fuck off like he normally does. I mean, he can throw in, you know, bits of the story here and there, but I almost felt like he was restrained a little bit, you know? And that's not to say that, we all know Ghost is a lyricist. We all know that Ghost is dope. And I'm with FIFO. He's my second favorite in Wu. But overall, I really liked the project. I think that Adrian Younge definitely did, I assume this is a man, right?
I assume so. It is. I assume so. If it's a
I didn't really look him
Big
up.
ups to
I gotta
the
be
production.
honest. I think that Adrian Younge definitely did his thing as far as the production. It was very, very good. I didn't hear the Apollo Brown one yet, but this shit I enjoyed.
Yeah, man, I definitely recommend this album to pretty much the majority of you out there. I love the concept behind it, and I really love what Adrian Younge did with this. It's not your typical hip hop beats, but it's really Ghostface and Adrian Younge coming together, being creative and doing something a little bit different. Ghostface has put out plenty of hip hop albums, and I admire and I appreciate the fact that he's being creative and want to step a little bit outside of the box. So yeah, it's a dope project, man. So I definitely recommend you guys check it out and cop it. It's dope.
Like I said, it's a fucking movie. It's a great movie. I think once you listen to it, it's kind of, man, look, don't trust these hoes. These hoes.
Is that what you got from it?
That's what I got from it.
Is that what you walk away with?
That's what I got from it. Don't trust these hoes. Don't trust these
You
hoes.
turn into a vinyl.
Yes, because they set your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, when a man is at his weakness and that's his heart, and when a chick got that shit, she got you like this, man. Sometimes you can't see clear. You better, man, listen to your homie. Your homie gonna let you know.
Listen to
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man. But no, man, it's a dope project. I feel like Mike, if you listen to Ghostface, you could tell that he was restricted, but it's because it was a focused project. But I love it. If you like Ghostface, you like Wu-Tang, I don't think you would be disappointed at all. Go cop that shit, man. Support Ghost. Oh, and it bumps in the whip.
Oh. They gonna ask that.
Yeah, they always ask that shit.
But yes, co-sign Ken, people. I love the project. Thank you, Ghostface, for dropping another dope movie, Quentin Tarantino style. You coming back and revenging death and killing motherfuckers and shit.
Terrorists on flames.
Right, you know what I mean? But yeah, I enjoyed it, man. And thanks for releasing the Apollo Brown version too digitally. Love it. I was looking for that joint on record store today, couldn't find it. Released it digitally. I enjoyed the Apollo Brown, but I like the Adrian Younge version better because, like I said, it sets a theme. It sets a theme for the album and the film better. So I enjoyed it. Copy it, buy it.
Yeah, I co-sign everyone. I don't know if I liked it as much as everybody else did, just because, like I said, I'm used to a different type of Ghost. Maybe I just have to get used to this style of Ghost. But yeah, I mean, it was a dope project. I really enjoyed Enemies All Around Me. The only thing that was disappointing was I didn't understand why there was no Raekwon. Since, I don't know, that's just weird because you always, it's like his right hand man.
Yeah.
You always feel like if there's a Ghost project, Raekwon is there somewhere.
One time.
At least one time. But maybe he was trying to throw you off by adding people like Capadonna and Ugod who don't typically get their shine.
Master Killah.
Is there gonna be a part
Master
two?
Killah don't get their shine,
Is there supposed to be like a part 2? Because I can definitely see like a part 2 to this project and having a breakdown and shit.
I don't know if he needs a part 2. Like I said before, I kind of just ignore the fact that the story is so corny. This sounds just like some hip hop shit. Why we gotta get pressed into a fucking record, and then after you get pressed into a record, why would you go listen to it? Like, I just killed this motherfucker and he's pressed into a vinyl. I'm gonna go check it out and see what it sounds like. This is just some typical hip hop shit. Like, we can't think of nothing else. It's either this or it's some like kung fu shit.
That was RZA.
But,
RZA wanted that. I think
he wanted to press into a vinyl because he's hip hop. Like,
that's what RZA. I think that was RZA right there.
But yeah, but overall, I thought this was a really good project. I'm not sure if I want to get used to Ghost doing concept albums, but this one worked for him. And I think he should definitely work with Adrian Younge more because Adrian Younge definitely complimented him very, very, very well. So yeah.
Yeah. But I think if anybody would do a concept album, it would be Ghost. Like somebody.
Because he told stories before.
Yeah, and I think that fits him actually.
It's just too much.
You think it's too much?
I thought it was too much. Like I could deal with a few songs here and there, but I just didn't get. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I didn't feel like I got that going off Ghost. Like, I'm used to him just going off.
Like Fish Scale.
Yeah, like Fish Scale.
But I understand though. Yeah, I think it was just strictly
because he's a character.
Yeah.
It was a character.
Ghost
to build that character.
That would make
I
Ghost
know.
so ill.
And this, like I said, this worked. I just don't want him to do too much of this because I just feel like snapping on you right quick, Ghost.
Yeah.
You know, I like that bite. What do you say? Bite your face off like a nigga on bath salts. I like that. I like that kind of Ghost.
And see, I like the storytelling Ghost. I like that Ghost too, but I think I like the storytelling Ghost more.
You know what that just shows? That Ghost is a very versatile MC.
Right.
You know,
Been in the game for 30 some odd fucking years.
and that's why you guys have fallen off
Exactly.
yet. When you have this kind of different opinion, like nobody's saying that he's bad at one thing.
Right.
It's just you like that kind of Ghost. I like this kind of Ghost, but we can all agree that Ghost is dope overall. So that's just a testament to his ability. So do you shit, Ghost?
I want a Ghost and Doom album next. That's what I want. And Supreme
It's
Clientele
coming
too.
out, man. Why don't you just wait?
I want it.
It's like what, 3-4 months. Just chill
I
out.
want it. I want it to drop now.
Well, you got to wait, bro. Shit.
And then give me Supreme Clientele 2.